Today's sponsor is Audible.com, a leading provider of spoken audio information and entertainment. Listen to audiobooks whenever and wherever you want. Visit audible.com/ZachGeorge for a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. The link will be in the description. I've had the pleasure of working with Nina, the rescue dog, for the last few months, and I think that she's ready to start taking on some more serious distractions, so I've invited her out here to the park to see how she does. If you want to learn how to teach your dog in a fun, positive way, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, click thumbs up for Nina because she's awesome. Like me on Facebook at facebook.com/TheZachGeorge for the full dog training revolution experience. Changing your dog's environment is one of the most serious distractions you can provide, but you don't want to wait until you have to be somewhere in order to then start training them. That's why today we're gonna work in this big field. We're also gonna see how Nina does with the dogs across the street over here at the dog park. When you're doing training like this, it's important to give your dog your full attention. You should have some pretty good communication, and they should already be doing well with laying off of moderate distractions. If you need help with that, see the video I posted right before this one. The link will be in the description. Now, if you need help with teaching your dog the basics, make sure that you check the description for a complete playlist on how to teach your dog all of the basics. Tell me how training has been going with Nina overall, in general, over the last several weeks.
It's been going great. I mean, she's very responsive, very attentive, but as you keep saying, anytime you start to introduce a new environment or new surroundings, there's a bit of regression.
Just because a dog does really well in their home environment doesn't mean they're gonna do well when you change something major like the environment around them. So we have to be prepared to take a step back. That's something you're brilliant at. Dogs are so excited when they come to a new place like this. The first thing we should do when teaching our dog to respond to us in new places is let them adjust, let them explore. I was thinking we would put her on the lead like this, let her explore the field, let her run around a little bit, get some of that energy out, maybe even play some fetch if she's up for it. What do you think? I think the goal today should be just to get her to do some of her basic behaviors, but in the new environment. Okay. Sit, lie down, maybe you can throw a trick or two in there later on. And then if she does well here, we'll graduate over there to the dog park and see how responsive she is in listening to us around other dogs.
Perfect.
Before you do any distraction training, remember, a dog who's gotten their edge off and who is a bit tired is much more likely to be responsive to learning new concepts. Be prepared to slow down, go at a slower pace, and be empathetic to the point that they're in a new place and they're very curious about their surroundings. We have to have a good currency. For Nina, it happens to be a ball, so we're going to see if we can get her to do her basics for a ball in the distracting environment. Remember, we've got to be able to motivate our dogs if we want them to succeed. She's all over this ball. I'm going to hand the ball over here to Jose. He's the main trainer for Nina. They've been doing really well. Look at that. And reward on sit. Don't be afraid to reward on seemingly easy things with your dog when you've changed up a variable like the environment.
Sit. Nina. Nina. Hey, Nina, come here.
And see, you can see she's distracted here, but Jose sticks with her. Look at that.
Stay. Roll over.
Good.
Good girl. Look at your ball.
Sit pretty. Good. Notice his timing too. Do you see how when she sat pretty, he instantly threw that ball as if to say, I love that you did that. And she's doing it in this new place, which is super exciting.
Nina. Hey.
And right here, you can see she's dying off a little bit. What is Jose doing? He's getting more interesting. He's getting more exciting. His goal is to be more exciting than the surroundings, and he succeeded. Look at that. That's it. That's how you do it. Dogs experience the world very differently than we do. They're very distracted by different smells, different things in the background, and plus, a dog like Nina, who's only been on planet Earth for 10 months, is still learning, they're still exploring, and they're still very curious. Do you think she would be responsive to doing her basic obedience over here by the dog park with access to other dogs?
Let's give it a try.
Whenever I do training with a dog around other dogs, I like to go to a dog park, but I don't like to go into the dog park because I want to make sure that we can control the environment. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
There's going to be dogs coming and going. That's bound to be tempting for Nina. She loves other dogs. Now, there's a time and place for our dogs to socialize and interact with other dogs, but there's also a time when they need to listen to us. And that's something that I'm hoping we can make progress on here. It's not so important that she does amazing, but we're looking for her to do just a little bit better than she has in the past. Does that make sense? We don't want to wait till we're on a walk with our dogs and then have to try and teach them these things. Set up drills like this. Set up situations where you can control the environment. To no surprise, Nina was in a pretty social mood and wanted to greet every dog that walked by. Rather than get discouraged or frustrated when your dog doesn't listen, reach deep, try and be sincere, and try and motivate them to succeed. Mixing up currencies with your dog can help you get a lot more out of your training. For example, if your dog isn't responding to a toy, perhaps try some really good food, like real deli meat. If no currency is working with your dog, it probably means that you've thrown them in the deep end a little bit too early, so you need to take a step back on your training and create distance between your dog and the other dogs. This might mean going back across the street, or it might mean just going a few feet away. It just depends where you are in your training. Jose made the decision that the tennis ball wasn't a strong enough currency, so he's using this as currency. And look at this, she's really dialed in now. This is her favorite toy. See how he's not waiting for a dog to be right up here to train? He knows one's coming, he's trying to get her into training mode right here. This is exactly what you do. It's important to reward extra generously whenever you get any compliance in an overwhelmingly difficult environment like this. Here's another dog over here. There's dogs everywhere. Yes, now reward big there. Even though Nina clearly knows sit, and in most environments we're past rewarding on sit, when we make it so challenging, it's important to really communicate to our dog in no uncertain terms that we love that they're listening to us while distracted. I'm quite pleased with this because you're getting brief sit stays while she's distracted. We have to get a 1 second sit stay before we can get a 5 second sit stay around heavy distractions. Yes, let her know you love that sincerely. Good. And see, the attention is on Jose now. It's not on the other dogs because they're starting to break through. This is what we want to see. Most people don't recognize these small little bits of progress. It's very, very important to recognize that in your dog and to let them know that you recognize that. Don't expect too much too soon. You have to train like this often with your dog in various environments. I'm skeptical that we're going to be able to do this because she's pretty distracted, but I think we're going to try. I want to see if Nina can do her money trick while in the presence of other dogs. And it looks like Jose's ready to snap into action here. Hey, Nina! Nina, come here! Come on, up here. Yes! Look at that! I love it. As funny as this looks, the fact is she's doing a pretty cool trick while in the presence of other dogs, while distracted. Stay right there. So she sees another dog. She's maintaining balance while distracted. Very nice. Nina, you are doing so well. Yes! Good girl! Jose, that was amazing. She jumped on your back. She had the concentration to maintain her balance while dogs walked by. I think that was incredible. You know, that's the great thing about teaching our dogs tricks as well, on a side note, is that it really builds their brain, their ability to think in a more exciting way than obedience oftentimes. I tend to be a listener of nonfiction audiobooks myself, but every once in a while I like to listen to a novel. You know, I've been with Audible.com now for around 3 years, and I find the service fantastic. It's a great way to be entertained and also to better ourselves as well. One of my favorite novels when I was a kid was Where the Red Fern Grows. I thought it might be particularly relevant to you guys since, after all, it is about dogs and it is a classic. I still find the story inspirational today because it really underscores the power of the bond that we can have with our dogs and why they are so special and such an important part of our culture today. Remember, you can get a free audiobook by visiting audible.com/ZachGeorge. You'll also get a free 30-day trial. So go visit audible.com/ZachGeorge and tell me what you think. Nina is doing a terrific job. You're an amazing trainer with her, so just keep working with her. Keep working with her in various environments like this. Keep it fun and engaging with her. But I can't say enough good things.
Thanks to you, brother. Thank you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, but I think that you've done a very good job. But I'll take the compliment. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe so you can see all of my videos when I upload them. Hey, tell me how old your dog was when you got them in the comments below. Click thumbs up too. Like me on Facebook at facebook.com/TheZachGeorge, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys. Good job, Nina.